what are the main impact of globalization on the company or the companies affecting the countries or the host country. So the result is showing 85% of the respondents agreed and strongly agreed, it's a very big number, that better quality of the production. So it means when Nike is spread outside of USA, so it's dealing with different people, different minds, different culture. So just to keep the customer base increasing, so they have to increase the quality, because there are different competitors in their market, whether it's local competitors or it is international like Adidas. So like in China, they have their own companies, big companies. So when Nike goes there, there will be competition. You cannot target the customers if your quality is not better than their quality. So this better quality, people agree that it helped globalization, helped the company to make better quality for their products. Yeah, as I said, growth in customer base. They also agree, 87% they agree and strongly agree that globalization had positive effect on Nike, and the reason is that the high quality of the products, they are everywhere now. They are not just in one place in USA. So, for example, if I am a tourist, I go to America and I will buy a product, then I come to my country, I don't have after sale, or I want to buy this one, it's not available. So, or it will take time by ordering. So as they are in the global market, it helps them to increase the customer base. And also the pricing strategy, it's like competition, healthy competition. So when there are offers or there is a competition between the competitors, so it will attract the company. The globalization leads to this. Less cost and more profit. 62% of people agree that globalization led to less cost and more profit. For example, if we go to China, we see that the labor wages is comparing with US or European countries is much less comparing with them. So it's less cost possible they pay. So that's why they globalize there. And so when there is less cost, it means more revenue or more profit. The products will go for the same price to the market, but with the less cost. And 7% of respondents disagree about this factor, and maybe they were not interested to participate in the survey, so timing was not good. They don't have information, that exact information, what is less cost or more profit for the business. They are not really linked the brand or business or global environment. So maybe they selected that they don't agree for this one.
So 28% of the respondents replied with neutral.
Yeah. 28% respondents replied with neutral, and the reason could be that they are not aware about the profit and revenue factor. What is revenue? What is the factor? I don't know what you are talking about. So they just neutral. Many people ask me, I don't understand this question. I explain. They still say I don't know. So I said, if you don't know now, you can select the neutral. Especially in my in RTA. So many people they have this. They use brand. They use Nike. They use Adidas, but they don't understand the business factor. Shall we go to another question?
6.
I think this one was 7, sir.
Okay, 7.
Question number 7 is asking which of the below factors may have impact due to globalization of these two companies. How they affected the markets. Cultural conflict with the local people. 55% of respondents believe that entering a company from a place to another place, it will affect the culture of people. For example, let's say, just to remember what I mentioned. Yeah. Now it's obvious that when a USA company comes to, for example, to China, to UAE, to India, to everywhere, so the culture from there comes to this country. Very simple question. McDonald's, the way we were eating food was different before comparing with now, because they came to our country, and now most of the people are concentrating on fast food, which is unhealthy. So this is the same situation. Different people from different culture, from USA, like American people, come to our country, and they have different culture. It affects the people. A small example also, for example, alcoholic drinks. Comparing now before with the earlier 20 years ago or 30 years ago, now it's more open. This is a culture in USA, this is normal, but here no, it was not. It was so strict. Now it became changed. It is now like if you want, okay, so you don't want, just ignore it. So this is type of cultural effect. It comes with the company's globalization.
So can you explain this 29% and the 14% negative?
Yes, 29% replied neutral about the question, and as they didn't have any effect by the company, and the reason could be they don't have like contact with these brands, or they don't go to the stores of Nike, or there is no CSR of Nike, so like it's not spreading enough, or these people they don't have social life. Some people like they go to the old markets like Naif. Until now there are so many people. Karama, Naif.
There is fake items.
Ajman. Yeah. So
fake market.
yeah, it's not. They don't go to the malls. So this is a different environment, different culture. Is you can see there. Comparing with the old markets. And 40% of respondents did not agree with this factor, and they think that it will add value to their culture, not like they will like a healthy lifestyle. Before people here, they were not thinking about sport, but now it's 5 years almost. They more are active about the sport, and this could be because Nike has come, Adidas has come.
Advertisements.
So they brought this culture to the market. So. Loss of jobs because of new technologies. Yes, 54% of respondents agree with that one. And it is obvious that when new technology comes, it means reducing their employees number. I think it happened in DIWA.
Cost also, reducing the...
Yeah, because to reduce the cost, they reduce the number of employees. They use technological robots, for example, in the factories of Nike. Yeah, in Nike they have factories. So instead I use 10 employees to produce the shoes, I will use one robot, it will do it for me, and it's with less cost. So 54% they agreed with this one. And so in this case, laborers, they lose their job. And 30% replied with neutral, and maybe because they are not aware about the technological changes in the markets, or their work, like they are doing administrative work, normal works, and there was no changes, so they don't have idea what's going on about, especially the people above 50 or 60, like my father. Still he's using Nokia. He doesn't know what is WhatsApp, he's not related with technology at all. So if I send this one to him or I sit with him, just answer these questions, he will say, I don't know.
Yes.
Just he will ignore it. So maybe this could be a reason. 14% of respondents disagreed with this factor that that it will not have
Negative impact.
negative impact on the job loss, and they could be, maybe they think that new technology maybe means new users, new people with new skills, so they will get job. But the 15 comparing with the 54, so I think the result is obvious. Continue or no?
Yeah, continue. Political and policy changes.
It's political and policy changes to accommodate these giants. Political, as I said, 55% of respondents agreed that the political and policy changes happen. For example, if, in terms of political, as I gave the example, because of the competition between China and the USA, so there was political decisions that affected the economy of the Nike in China, as we explained earlier about it. So 55% they agree with this one. In terms of policy, yes, we can say some when a host country needs a job for their people, so they need to change their policies to ease the procedure for companies like Nike to enter their market. So yes, it has a good effect on the host country. 32% of respondents have neutral answer, and as I said, it's almost the same that they don't have knowledge about this factor. Or what's the policy and politics? It's more globalized. It's not, maybe they have local people, they don't have much interest in these topics. 13% disagreed about this factor, and maybe they see that there is no relation between the business or the politics. They think this is two different factors, and maybe they think Nike as a company doesn't have the power to affect a country to change its policy. How a company will change the policy of a country? This is, for them, maybe it's not logic, but it's actually a mutual benefit between the two parties.
Who were your targets for these questions? General public or only customers or only?
Yeah, the most people I targeted businessmen and those people who are no, and some government employees. Why government employees? Because as I said, purchase power for the government people is comparing with others is good. So they can buy brands like Nike's brands, and so I think they can give more information. So I targeted these people and the people who I know in the market. I also so many people that they are shop owners, they are businessmen in Dubai, in Ajman, Sharjah, and outside of the country like Spain, China, as I said, Kuwait, Bahrain, and some countries I've mentioned in my report. Kill local competition. 51% of respondents say that globalization has negative impact. So I think I agree with them also, because when a company like a Nike comes to a place that the quality of the production is comparing with Nike's production is not same, so of course people will leave the local producer of shoes, let's say, and they will head to the good quality thing. Okay, I will buy a cheap one, but it will stay for me for remain for 1 month, 2 months. But when I go for Nike, 3-4 years, I will pay more, but it's good quality. So yes, it's affect the local companies which are providing the same products. And so in this case means Nike gets more market share and taking over the others' market share. 31% they replied neutral. And also this means they are not aware about this factor. And 16% of respondents they didn't agree that it will have a negative impact, and could be that most of people were from UAE, so they didn't see such as this situation that a company is coming to a market, so another competition is being killed. Why? Because, for example, Nike, when it comes to UAE, there is no already local competition, Emirati products which is providing shoe. So they didn't agree with this factor.
شو اللي تزوج؟
ها؟
شو اللي تزوج؟
أنا ما أقدر أشوف أقرأ. In equality increase in local payments, 49% of people they agree that the salary of employees of Nike comparing with other companies, let's say who are providing the same or another companies, they will be inequal because Nike is a global company. Global company means has reputation. Reputation means more salary. It has more value. Brand value is high. So comparing with the local companies, of course, there is inequality in the salary amount. So they think yes, if you go work to Nike, you'll get more salary, and it's not equal if you go to the same company, but it's not global. So there will be a difference between the salaries. 36% of respondents reply with neutral, and it could be because they don't know the salaries in Nike. I don't know what is their salary or other because they're working most of them in the government, as I said. So they replied with this one. 13% they didn't agree because there is maybe they think that the rules and regulations of labor ministry will not allow to do such as this thing. They think maybe it must be equal. It's against the law. So this one maybe they replied with disagreement. Closure of local SME. 49% of people agree that small shops, small and medium shops, will get affected by entering great companies like this, and because these small shops they are selling not brand products, they are selling normal ordinary shoes. So when a good quality products come to the market, so people go more to the high quality products. So it will affect their shop, and also they cannot compete with Nike. Nike is talking about the number one in sale of the shoes. So the same SMEs, if they don't sell Nike's products, they will lose customers. Even if they not closure, but it will lead to reduce the
Sales.
the sales. Yeah. 32% of respondents neutral. They reply with the neutral, and maybe they are not aware of economic effects of globalization. 19% of the respondents disagree with this. Yeah, they are not agreeing with this one. Maybe because they think some of them they will sell Nike's products. They can take the Nike's as a franchise or a supplier, and they can sell. So it doesn't lead to closure of this SMEs. It depends on them what they sell. More spending on lifestyle products. 70% of people they agree that Nike by globalizing to the new markets, it will lead to change of their lifestyle, especially the marketing which they do. Nike, they are like targeting it's intelligence marketing. They are using this strategy. They are targeting families. So by this marketing, so they are making people aware about the sport. So when they are aware of the sport, the lifestyle is changing. means they go more to the sport and they buy the products of Nike, maybe to the competitors also, but it's directly to the Nike because the marketing is about them. 8% of respondents did not agree that this factor will affect. Maybe because they are not involved in sport, they do not do sports, or they do not buy sport products like Nike's products. So they don't agree with us. No, I have not affected. So this, as per his opinion, he will say no, it's not affecting. So they didn't agree with this one.
We will go to the reflection.
Yeah, sure.
In the reflection part, how your project objective has been met by you. I think the objectives was clear for me, as I have studied the research at the beginning, and I have put some factors to study, especially the technology, culture, politics, and economy. And so as I studied about them, then I started doing the 3 phases, which is planning, implementation, and evaluation. So it's all about the Nike. Then I have finished all the steps of the questionnaire and survey monkeys. So as I got the result of each one, so I made sure that I have reached the objective. It has been met by me. I have it recorded all of them. What are the delay factors, if there was any delay, and how you managed to adjust them? There was no critical delays then, but in the questionnaire trial, as I said, there was some small mistakes, minor changes, so I did it. But there was no critical things to be changed, so everything was as per plan. Yes, what are the challenges faced by you in the research project? One of the challenges was that at the beginning when I sent the links, I got some responses, but then it stopped. Like when I got 50 to 60 or 70, as I remember, then I saw people are not participating. So I am sending, no one is participating. This was a challenge that I had to go to them, to communicate directly with them, to explain to them, to participate. So it was by bringing some excuses. I just didn't want to embarrass them, just let them to help me. So this one was one of the challenges which I faced. How the research benefited you? I think I got new skills, and especially the communication skills, and researching skill was, as I did it once before, so it was the second time. I think I became more professional comparing with the earlier one. It was more complicated comparing with the earlier one. So I think it benefited me. Also, it will help me in my workplace, that I have this skill, and it can help my department to use my skill for such as this professionality. How has the research benefited Nike? As I said, I focus on the 4 factors, and by studying and taking especially the respondents and analyzing the result, I think it will help them that what are the weaknesses of Nike and what is the strength of Nike, so they can focus on them to overcome the weakness and focus the strength point to go with it and to make more growth. and I have did some recommendation for them, so it can help them. One of the recommendation which I have said, as per the people's response, they said they don't have any idea about Nike's CSR. So the reason could be that there is no CSR of Nike in UAE. So they can focus on this one, so it will help in marketing and attracting more people. So this one was of the recommendations I have mentioned here, and I have so many of them.
What is the sustainability? Second point.
Sustainability, yes, I have recommended that Nike can use some plastics like gums or a bottle plastic to reuse it. So it helps to, like, it's an environment friendly procedure. It's a low cost for them to produce a product from the gums, which is already used by people. So there is no cost almost, and there is no expense of production. When they sell, they make the revenue.
Basically recycling.
Recycling, yeah, recycling the plastic, yeah. And also it's good for their reputation.
It's labor controversies.
It's about the labor's dissatisfaction. I think in China and Pakistan, the child labor or the workplace environment was very bad condition, and it had the bad reputation on the Nike, especially in Europe. So some people in Europe, when they strike and did the boycott the Nike's products, so they have to review their strategies and policies to be so transparent for the all people everywhere. Not like they have to put it on the website. This is our strategy. This is our after changing it. So it will be clear that we have changed our behavior and we are responsible of what we are doing to avoid the repetition of this problem.
Also limitation
and benefit of collecting data methods. Yes, I have used SurveyMonkey to collect the data, and the benefit was that I could send this link to so many people in one time when I am in my place, instead of using paperwork, trying to communicate with the people to participate in the survey. This was very helpful, and also another part that I try to avoid working on papers to this research be environment friendly. Not to use any paper during the questionnaire, and alhamdulillah I did it. I could, even some people they didn't have a data package, so I was opening my hotspot, they were taking my internet and answering the questions. So it helped. There is limitation if they don't have internet. But I could come with the solution for this one. And this was the benefit: the saving time and easy replying. It was very easy to just by one click you will get the response and gather all the information in the graph, and you just have to analyze the information.
So what is the limitation?
Limitation could be people outside of the country. I will not be able to contact them. Most of people, only just the people who I know. But here, for Azam here, there is no limitation. I can go to the university, to the companies, to my workplace. I can do the direct communication even through the mobile. But the limitation is that it's not easy to communicate with people outside. or to convince them to participate. Another limitation is if you have more than 10 questions, so you have to pay monthly around 130. So within this period, if you didn't finish, you have to pay more, until you get your result, then you stop. So it's costly. So for some people who cannot provide the financial resources, so it is a limitation for them.
So what about the people able to understand and do the work? Because you just send them a link.
Yeah.
So that could be a limitation. People just forget it.
Against the question, sir?
Saying you, what is the limitation is you send a link, the same problem you have, you send a link, and maybe they don't respond, they don't answer.
Yeah.
So how do you overcome this limitation?
As I said, most of people were in UAE, so I went directly to them to convince them that please participate. It doesn't take time. So as I said, who doesn't any like they won't bring any barrier to me. So I was giving the solution. I don't have internet, so please take my internet and just answer. I don't understand. I was giving my time to them. I will explain it to you to finish it fast. So I had around 10 questions or 10 answers. Like one question has 6-7 factors. Some of them ignored, like answer this one and that one. So I had to go. It was good that it was at the beginning. So I had to go to these people. I know who did it. These 10 people to answer this question specifically. See, you ignore this question, ignore this question. So this is the limitation. It makes a problem if you couldn't
Reach.
follow, yes, or reach the people, especially if they are outside of the country.
So do you think if you can offer some kind of a gift or something with the answer, can put them in a...
Yeah, it will be a good idea. It will be a good idea to.
Will be creative.
Yes, I am myself. I have some free tickets of cinema. For example, I have Video card Emirates, so I can provide them. Please participate, and I will select. I have
Yeah,
6
yeah.
tickets. Yeah, I will give it to 6 of these people. This
That can be an incentive.
Yeah.
I have also seen in some cases, when they click the link, it goes into a
Gift.
It goes into a gift, or you can send as a GIF. So it goes into a cartoon kind of a thing, make it more
Entertainment.
interesting. Or
Okay.
it opens a new link
uh,
to a movie, Netflix.
okay. Yes, yes,
Like
yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
good recommendation. For I will
Basic
use it for
idea.
the future, inshallah.
أهم شيء future. أهم شيء. أهم شيء الخط.
So you achieve the goals. So what is the achieving program goal that you mentioned? So go down. What is the recommendation for future researchers?
Yes, the recommendation for future researchers, I prefer that as we are in an Arabic country, Arab country, so it's better that you prepare the questionnaires in 2 languages, Arabic and English. Just translate the questions and